Hello, everyone. I just want to thank everyone for being here in this class with me. It's been really powerful, and I hope it's been good for you too. What I'd like us to do is to share anything good we've learned in this class with the people that we come in contact with and kind of make it work in the world. There's so much that I tried to fit into just 4 short classes. 90 minutes went by really quickly. We had the breakout rooms. I felt like in a scramble, as though we didn't quite have time to share everything we wanted to share. But we can stay in touch by email and perhaps come up with a Zoom meeting in the future. So, these lessons came out of my personal life. I didn't share a lot of really intimate detail, but it's really the theme is from pain to purpose. You see the photo behind me of my daughter Naomi, and you've learned a little bit about her. But I didn't really share much in the recording, so I want to just talk a little bit about like the challenge that it was for me as a single mother trying to heal from my own trauma. And when I came to Gainesville in 1979, and my kids were all under 10 years old, 4 of them, trying to do the best I could with very little resource. And the journey along the way, I've just tried to learn what I could. Um, my regret was having caused harm to my children. I spend a lot of my time really thinking about the antidote to that in my relationships with them and my grandchildren and great grandchildren. And just my relationship with myself and the world. But now that I see that, understand that everything comes from me, it gives me the responsibility of putting out my best, and it makes me check my thoughts at every turn. Just am I rolling my eyes internally, or am I having an attitude, or do I just see everyone as an angel in disguise, or as an angel, like that angel you see in the picture behind me? Just as we elevate ourselves and stretch our shoulders and get into our meditation, maybe we're having help putting on our wings. So the teachings, it took me a long time before I really opened up to these teachings and to this spiritual community, because I had been hurt pretty badly and or disappointed in a previous community I had been involved in. And it just hit me hard. So I was very, very slow and very cautious before I really dedicated myself to this work. And it's also just kind of laziness and stubbornness that made me wait 19 years from the time that I met Geshe Michael until I truly took the Bodhisattva vows and asked him to be my teacher. So, but I don't regret waiting, because it's better to wait and digest and live and learn and be sure than it is to jump in without looking carefully. So the old cliches, look before you leap. There's so many good old cliches that that apply. Look before you leap is this one. Also in my life, I've really enjoyed doing improvisation and sharing those tricks and stories and, well, games with people. They're not really tricks. So it's been really amazing moving more into the world of improv, and the work that I do with veterans every week with improv is just very powerful. So improvisation is a tool, not just comedy improv, but applied improvisation, where it's a tool to apply certain principles to your life. And so I'm blending, my Dharma teachings and my improv, and also just trying to lighten up a little bit and enjoy my last quarter of my life. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a little personal touch here as we are going into the fourth class, the fourth and final class. And it's going to be the PowerPoint of review, and then the death meditation. And that's going to be really the end of this recording. And then I'm hoping that we'll be able to get together in the future. I'll also give you today's death meditation recording as a separate, a separate video so that you can use it when you want to. But no pressure. Just do what you love and love what you do, and take what you like and leave the rest. Don't get too heavy over it. Just take the fun parts and go forth and be kind and talk about what it was like being good and being kind and helping someone. So that's me, Shanti Vani. Right now is August of 2025, and I look forward to teaching this class on into the future. So please tell your friends and let's do this. Blessings on everyone. Thank you. We're now in lesson 4 of Preparing for Death, Ancient Wisdom for Everyday Life. This is the final video, the final lesson of this class. So today we're going to first do a review, and then we're going to have a death meditation, which will be within this video so that you can do it all in one period. We're going to have the review first, and then I'll walk you through the death meditation. So, thinking about the problems of avoiding death, the thing is that it can be scary, and it's natural to get distracted and to avoid it. But if we don't talk about it and think about it and prepare for it, we will have great disadvantages. Our family members will be troubled. We will feel unprepared and not ready. And a lot of anguish can happen if we avoid preparing for death. And the benefits of doing this preparation is that we start to really understand the meaning of impermanence, how everything is always changing. And if we have the awareness that this could be our last day, then we want to make the very best of this day. We want to do everything we can to help others to be happy and to catch our thoughts and not complain and not feel sorry for ourselves and such. It helps to make us happy. So the foundation of ethics, okay, we talked about the 10 basic virtues, and I'll just go over them really quickly. Making a commitment to protect life, protecting other people's property, respecting and protecting people's relationships, speaking truthfully, speaking in ways that bring people together, speaking gently with kindness in our hearts, and speaking in meaningful ways, not idle gossip. And also the feelings of feeling happy when someone gets something good, even if it's someone you don't particularly like, just being glad for them. Having empathy when someone has a misfortune. Again, even if you're not particularly thrilled with the person, still have empathy for them. And remember that you're creating your world with your thoughts, your words, and your actions, that you're actually creating your own world. And what you see is what you see, not what's coming at you. So it's kind of that concept of emptiness, which took me a long time to really understand it. And understanding the laws of karma, really, when we say cause and result, it's that your seeds that you plant bring about certain results in your life. So the 4 laws of karma are that like seeds bring like results. And so if you plant joy, you'll get joy. Karma grows. What you get back is going to be bigger than the action that you did. 3 is if you don't do anything, you won't get anything back. And the 4th one is if you do something, you will get something back. Again, remembering that everything comes from you. Just here's a person who's taking excellent care of a young person. It's so important that our actions be with conscious caring. And using the 4 powers, briefly, I'm going to go over them. So the first one is the foundation power, going for refuge. And that's, by recommitting daily meditation practice or daily spiritual study practice, just remembering every day to apply yourself. And it helps you to get on a positive track. The power of destruction really means when we feel intelligent regret for past mistakes, and we understand that the results we see are as a result of our past mistakes. So it's becoming aware that we want to destroy and diminish the results, the causes of suffering and their results. 3, the power of restraint. You make a commitment to avoid making the mistake again, even if it's just for a short period of time. So in that one, we don't promise to do something that we're not going to follow through on. So make a time frame or make it an easy promise that you can keep. And it's, restraint. And the 4th one is quite important. It's the power of the antidote. So the antidote is doing an action that's directly opposite to the mistaken past action. So, for example, if you mistreated a child in the past or were yelling at them, then make special care to speak softly and kindly to everyone, not to repeat that angry speech mistake. So you might decide to take up reading books at a library for children. You might go to a hospital waiting room and volunteer to read or play. And so that's the antidote, where you think of something that is going to be helpful. And that just helps you also feel better. So we want to have a peaceful atmosphere. Sometimes for this part, it's meant me actually changing relationships, like getting out of certain relationships that just were not bringing me peace. But it can also just mean making your meditation space comfortable and clean and clear, so that when you sit, you can really relax. Clearing obstacles, I'm not going to go into all of those, but in detail, but the obstacles were selfish wanting, taking life for granted, laziness, having too much stuff, unreasonable attachment, ignorance or ignorance, and all those painful emotions that do cause obstacles in our lives. So the goal here is to truly care about everyone. Not a whole lot to say about that. Just practice it. Even when you see someone that looks weird, just care about them. Just practice. There's plenty of opportunities every day, as long as you don't live in a cave or something. And then the 4 steps. This is I don't remember if we went over it or not, but I have it in your documents in week 3. You can print that out. The 4 steps is like when you have a yearning in your heart for something important, you practice these steps. So first of all, you identify what it is you want. What is your heart's desire? Write it down, make it clear to yourself, and write it down in one simple sentence. And step 2 is to find someone else who wants the same thing, and just meet with them, have coffee, or just get together with them, or even a phone call. Step 3 is, if you guys hit it off and you think this is something that would be useful, get together with that person once a week and check in with how it's going on their heart's desire. So rather than focusing on your own wishes, you'll focus on helping them get what they want. And there's a magic in that, really. And then step 4 is just every night, remember to celebrate, as you lay your head down on the pillow, to celebrate and rejoice over the good things you have done that day. And you'll find there are many. So really to amplify all the good. And then we had the 9 death contemplations. They were also in week 3. the three major ones there, of course, are the death is certain, the time of death is uncertain, and nothing will help you at the end but spiritual understanding. That's the only thing that will help. Again, just rejoice in all the good and have gratitude for the people in your life, especially who help you and who don't turn away and who give you all the good lessons. And even the ones that are hard for you can be your biggest teachers. So think of them also as good, even people that you might react not so well with. Still rejoice in the good in them too. A Song of My Spiritual Life is a book that was published in 2025. And it is the story from Jason Kappa, who is one of the esteemed Buddhist scholars and teachers. And he told the story about his own personal awakening. So it is a commentary by Choni Lama Dragpa Shedru. And this was translated from Tibetan to English by Gibson Chang with the assistance of Geshe Michael Roach. This book is published by Diamond Cutter Press of Sedona, Arizona. And again, it was 2025. Most of the material in this class could be found in this book. So I want to share with you just a few of the websites where you can find more information if you want it. Diamond Mountain Retreat Center is a beautiful desert mountain retreat center near Bowie, Arizona. And that is where a lot of the retreats happen. They also rent it out for other organizations. So this photo I took from my retreat cabin where I was in silent solo retreat for a few days back in April of 2025. It was a beautiful spot right way at the top of the hill. And then Asian Classics Institute is where you'll find all the classic teachings. It just has a wealth of information. The Five Houses is a recent initiative that we have to provide the teachings to everyday people in the world in common language that people could understand. And the Five Houses has, 5 houses. So the one that I'm involved in is the Staircase House. And it involves sharing the teachings of Lam Rim, which is steps on the path to enlightenment. And that is a lot of the information that I've given in this course. The knowledge base has a tremendous amount of translated materials in many languages. Well, ACI and Knowledge Base also, and Diamond Cutter Press, they have many languages. So that's the knowledgebase.com. You can look things up there. And Diamond Cutter Press is the printing press where we publish our books. And this is a photo that I took of Gibson. He translated this book with Geshe Michael from Tibetan to English. And so that's his website, diamondcutterclassics.org/Gibson-Chang. And now we're going to go into our death meditation. So let's take a comfortable meditation posture. Perhaps you like to sit cross-legged, or maybe you're on a chair with your feet on the floor. You just want to get your spine a bit straight and kind of lift your head up as though there were a string pulling right up the top of your head to straighten your spine and let the energy move. Tuck your tummy in just a little bit and push your shoulders back just a touch, as though perhaps you're getting your wings pinned on by some angel behind you. You want to let your arms and hands relax, your legs and feet mellow into a relaxed, comfortable position so that you don't feel stressed or strained. like with your face, move the muscles in your face a little bit, like scrunch them around and then relax. And then without forcing it, just let your mouth kind of feel relaxed and then put a gentle smile on your face. Just a gentle smile. You don't have to force it. Your eyes are going to be parallel to the ground. You could have them slightly opened or closed, gently closed. And for now, just begin to quiet your mind and take note of your breath. We're going to take 10 long, easy, deep breaths. Don't force it, but just make it a little bit longer and more relaxed than your usual breathing. So beginning with an exhale, we'll start 1, 2, Notice the air is warmer on the exhale, the air coming out of your body, and it's cooler on the inhale in your nostrils. When you have a thought come, just let it drift away like a puff of smoke or like a cloud passing by. Just toss your thought onto that cloud and let it go. We'll do 10 more breaths now. And now we're going to do the preliminaries. We're going to set the tone for our meditation. And the first preliminary is to think of someone you admire who you've known in your life. It could be a family member or a friend. It could be a teacher, or even a famous person you've never met, but someone who has really shown kindness and wisdom and helped you in your life. So just think about this person for a moment. Picture their face and invite this person to come and meditate with you. And this dear friend, having been invited, is so happy that you invited them. They sit down in front of you, either perhaps knee to knee if you're sitting or toe to toe, and they're right there in front of you. You're remembering a time when they were very kind to you and they did something that has helped you in your life. Now make eye contact. You might feel a little shy, but just look into their eyes directly ahead and notice the warmth and the joy that your friend, your special friend, has just seeing you and being with you. Having been invited and accepted the invitation, they're so happy. And now we're going to take 10 slow breaths, just feeling this person's presence with you and connecting heart to heart with our special person. First on the exhale. Now, the second preliminary is to make an offering to this special person in your life. You want to offer them something sweet, a kind of gift that would really touch them, to honor them. So it could be visualizing a beautiful world and everyone happy, a field of flowers, a peaceful earth. Or it could be a good deed that you have done, something you've done to help someone else. And that was what would really make them very happy. It's not the bouquet of flowers so much as the real integrity that you've shown in your generosity. And you want to give them this gift with an intention to bring joy into their life. Just feel them receiving it. Now, the next preliminary, number 3, is a challenging one, but it's good for us. We're going to try to think of something we've done in the past few days or week or so that we're not so happy about. Something that could have been better. You know, we all go along trying our best, but sometimes we make mistakes. And so the thing here is not to feel guilty or ashamed about it. Just notice it and become willing to admit this, confess this misdeed to your friend, who will totally understand and receive it in the most positive way. So think of something you've said or done, or even something you've thought, and just casually think, oh, this happened. I did this. I could have done better. And just try to be honest about it and brave, and know that as you're sharing this mistake, the very act of sharing it with a trusted friend will help you to release it. Now we'll do 10 breaths on our confession. The fourth preliminary is to think of something good you've done recently and feel the positive impact of that in the world and on the people. So again, it's not just giving something to someone, it's some kind of action that you've taken from your good heart, which was done with the intention of helping others to be happy, to relieve suffering. Just think of one thing you've done that was kind. It could be even open a door for someone at the grocery store. Anything, any small thing. It doesn't have to be huge. And as you are thinking about it and sharing it with your friend, rejoice and celebrate this act of kindness. Even small acts of kindness can have great importance. So it's time to rejoice. We'll do 10 breaths. So that's it for the preliminaries for the meditation. Now, feel free to move and wiggle your toes and stretch a bit and prepare for the death meditation. If you want to pause the video for a minute and go to the bathroom or get a drink of water, blow your nose, or just take a minute, you can pause and come back, and that's fine. So when you do come back and are ready to start, what you'll do is resume the meditation posture you were having before, with your spine erect and your face straight ahead and your muscles as relaxed as possible. And we're just going to move right into the main part now. I want to say we're so fortunate to be among the very few people in the world who really want to think and talk about death and meditate on it. I don't know what percentage it is, but I imagine it's less than one. Our schools and our communities are starting to do a better job thanks to people like you, but we still have a long way to go to be open and accepting of that conversation. So I want to appreciate everyone here for your willingness to face death and be willing to talk about it. So here's our precious opportunity to meditate on death awareness. And even though watching this meditation video right now, you may be alone in your room, we are together. We are collective. So you're really not alone. So in a way, this is a review of our class. We have the 3 basic principles of death meditation. Now, these teachings, if I didn't mention it before, they come from the gift of liberation thrust into the palm of our hands by Pabonka Rinpoche. And that is a teacher who put this together. So number one, according to Pabonka Rinpoche, we must die. So that's the first principle. We all will leave this place. So just keep your mind on the fact that not only yourself, but everyone else is going to die. And sometimes you'll find yourself wandering to other thoughts because it's kind of sad and it's also sometimes scary to think about it. But it is important that we give it some space in our thoughts. This is one of the most important meditations you can do. Just take a few breaths now. You're going to die. Just let that truth sink in. Every one of us is going to die. The second truth is that we don't know when we'll die. So, we think, oh, the old person's going to die first. No, the young ones die too. In fact, the beautiful, young, innocent people die, and it's so troubling sometimes, but it does happen. So think about the fact that it could be today. I could die today. And let that sink in. My partner could die today. Other people that I love could die today. It's possible. And I've found that when I think this way, it makes me have to be kind to people because as I'm looking at them, I think, what if this is the last conversation we have? How do I want to leave it? What if this is the last time we get to speak and look into each other's eyes? It's sad. It feels sad. But living with death awareness helps to prevent regret, the stupid regrets of not treating people well and then wishing we had. So, just for a few moments, think about how beautiful it is that we get a chance to treat them well today, to be cheerful and kind, and to overlook some of the shortcomings. That's the opportunity that we have today. That's pretty cool. And the third principle, the third truth is that there's nothing we can take with us when we die. None of our things, none of our money, none of our people, or any of it. We can't take it with us. The only thing we can take with us when we die is whatever spiritual understanding and good deeds we have accumulated in our life. Now, being as we are in we're such a fortunate small group of people who are doing this, let us dedicate this good karma of this meditation to the people in the world and the animals who are suffering, with the intention that it may touch everyone and that they might have a chance to learn these same lessons and to have a good, happy life. So let us dedicate our meditation to all the suffering beings in the universe. And for a few minutes, let's take refuge in the death meditation as, as if it's a protection, like it's protecting us from suffering. So picture that we're taking shelter from a storm. The storm is fear and denial, and we're protected from it because we're aware that the very act of noticing that death is always present and it's just around the corner, this very understanding can protect you, and it can save you from wasting what time you have left. So now think of someone you care about who is struggling with fear or pain or sorrow, and just gently reach out to them and pick them up and tuck them right into the middle of your heart in a safe, warm space. And let the calm presence that you are holding give refuge to this person as you hold them close. Take a minute to feel this joy, the joy of being able to truly help someone in a deep and meaningful way. And now we'll go forth and we'll do anything we can to alleviate the fear and suffering that keeps our fellow beings from being able to relax and enjoy life and help others to do the same. And with this dedication, we will end our meditation.